It is fear that keeps us separated, because fear is false evidence appearing real. It's an acronym. F-E-A-R, false evidence appearing real. Because most of your fear is based on propaganda. Now, why is it historic? Because in 1999, the Roman Catholic Church and the Protestant Lutheran Church signed an agreement that brought an end to the protest. Brothers and sisters, Luther's protest is over. Is yours.
Before the world knew who Martin Luther was, God raised up a champion for truth. His name was John Wycliffe. He would later come to be known as the morning star of the Protestant Reformation, for it was by his hand that Jehovah would ignite the fire that would set ablaze the inferno that would dispel the gross mysticism of the Dark Ages. The chief undertaking of John Wycliffe's life was the translation of the Holy Bible into the English language in the year 1380 AD. To make such a translation at that time, said the theologian and church historian Neander, required a bold spirit which no danger could appall. Neander's words could be no more true, for in translating the Bible to the tongue of the common people, Wycliffe was protesting against the most powerful engine of religious as well as political authority, the Roman Catholic Church. In opposition to Wycliffe's object of making the Bible available to the people, the cry was made by the church that he was introducing among the multitude a book reserved exclusively for the use of priests, and thus was the gospel by him laid more open to the laity and to women who could read than it had formerly been to the most learned of the clergy. By so making available the Bible to the common man, the priests proclaimed that Wycliffe was casting the gospel pearl to swines to be trodden underfoot. Initially, it was not Wycliffe's deliberate purpose to set himself in opposition to the power of Rome, but devotion to the truth could not but bring him into conflict. As the Pharisees of old, the papist leaders were filled with rage when they perceived that this Protestant reformer was gaining influence greater than theirs. But nonetheless, Wycliffe fearlessly struck out against the errors and abuses sanctioned by the Roman Church, even while his hand was on the frigid handle of the door of death when his enemies sought occasion to make him retract on his deathbed his statements in opposition to the Pope and the priests. With firm voice, Wycliffe responded, "I shall not die but live and declare the evil deeds of the friars." And live he did. When he arose from the inactivity of his sickbed, John Wycliffe supplied his countrymen with the most powerful weapon that he could against Romanism. He gave them the Holy Bible. Nonetheless, alas, as it is the plight of all mortal men, John Wycliffe was laid to rest in the grave. And yet, 43 years later, in the year 1428, the malicious priests, by the order of the Council of Constance, dug up the bones of Wycliffe, burned them, and casted them into a nearby brook. The brook carried his ashes into the main sea, and today they stand as an emblem of the worldwide dispersion of Wycliffe's doctrine. Even in his death, God used the hatred of his opponents to immortalize the profound impact of one of his faithful servants. John Wycliffe, the translator of the English Bible, was a Protestant.
E pregare al Signore perché ci unisca tutti. E avanti, siamo fratelli, ci diamo spiritualmente questo abbraccio.
My answer is no, because like John Wycliffe, I'm a Protestant, and I plan on dying one.